You see that, boys? That is the road to Paris ahead of you. Keep marching forward and we'll be into Paris in no time at all and ready to rout Napoleon from his throne. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with another historical battle today with the Battle of Fère-Champenoise, and we do have a glorious 4v4 historical battle here. This was a battle that was taking place in the 1814 campaign, and yeah, was pretty much the battle that brought about the downfall of Napoleon, with the defeat of Mortier and Marmont at this battle. It left the road to Paris pretty much open for the coalition forces, who were then able to march in and in the next few days and basically get Napoleon off the throne. Basically had him exiled. So as you can see, the French are already defending said road here, and they are going to try and, I guess, to defend it and stop Napoleon's throne from being removed from him. But yeah, we will see how this one goes. Will history be repeated? Will the coalition forces win, or will the French win this time? Do let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be very interested to know what side you're rooting for. There's a lot of Austrian cav already moving into the forest here. But yeah, this one's starting pretty early. As you can see, the French, a lot of cav moving out already and looking like they're trying to just stop the Austrian forces here. We do have a Schwarzenberg Corps, we have a Bianchi Corps, we have Barclay de Tolly, and we have Beluga at this one. Historical commanders, not necessarily, but I mean, Schwarzenberg was there, but then we do have Bianchi sort of representing Johann von Nostitz, which is one of the other Austrian commanders. And also there's just a large Austrian contingent in the like the Central Army that was sort of like pinning down MacDonald, Marmont, and also like Orguru. We do have Barclay de Tolly here. He's here representing the Russian guards that are part of this army. So really, Barclay de Tolly should be like Constantine. You can bring him, I think, in this course occasionally if he's available. And then Blucher just represents the Prussians from Frederick Wilhelm III, who were part of this army as well. And there you go already. I can see a bit of engagement coming underway. And it looks like we have some Young Guard, Chasseur Cheval here, already chasing out some Chevaliers. Bianchi has been caught unawares in the forest here, and he's going to get charged. And it looks like we might see something similar taking place in a moment. Looks like artillery pounding away at French cav here as well. Yeah, Bianchi losing some cav early on into this battle, and it is not looking too great off the top. This one's redlining as well, so Sar here redlining. This one might be able to get out alive. There are squares on their way forward, and looks like, I'm not really sure. I don't think this Chevalier is technically engaged, just marching past each other at the moment. But yeah, more French cav now appearing. Looks like a lot of dragoons as well. But yeah, there you go. The Young Guard Chasseur Cheval is starting to break. Yeah, this is a battle that I kind of wanted to do because a lot of you have been asking to see more like Russian Imperial Guard. So I was like, you know what, this battle famously has Russian Imperial Guard on it. And we've got some cuirassiers. Look like they're going to pin down these dragoons here. Yeah, I thought, you know what, we'll bring in the Russian Imperials. We've done most of the other big battles that they kind of like feature in. But this one is a smaller battle, but it's still like an important battle in the 1814 like scope of things. There you go, cuirassiers there routing more French cav. The heavy coalition cav here is coming into play. Hussars giving a good charge there. Charging into, looks like more Young Guard Chasseur Cheval. Yeah, the Austrians seem to have a lot of cav, and the French have a decent amount themselves, but not enough, as for sure. Their corps here today are, there's one MacDonald, there's one Mortier, and then there's two Victor corps for the French, all 1814 of course. The Mortier was not allowed to bring any of the old guards, that includes Ledoux, so we won't be seeing him in today's battle, but they could still bring some like elite. We allow them to bring like the dragoons, Les Imprises, the Empress's dragoons, because otherwise they can't bring any cav, and that would have pretty much made it an all infantry corps. Being a bit unfair, but yes, it does. This battle, as I was saying, has a lot of Imperial Guard. The Russian Imperial Guard, at least elements of it, mostly their cavalry, but in today's battle we might see some infantry also going over there, were sent to block off a a corps, well, not a corps, it's a garrison, really. It's been represented by MacDonald in this one. It's General Packthod. He was in charge of a garrison nearby. I can't remember what town it was at, but Packthod was, yeah, the garrison commander of a French town. Basically brought out his 2,000-man garrison and, yeah, pretty much just marched towards the sound of the guns to try and help his allies. And, yeah, he got wiped out. His National Guardsmen just got wiped out, pretty much. It was, yeah, unfortunate for him, but yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. Sometimes, especially if you send out untrained militia troops to face off against Imperial Guardsmen. Whether that will be the case here today, we'll see. Because Packthod, you know, it's not actually, you know, just gonna be, there are all the National Guard that MacDonald can bring represented in that corps. They have a delay in when they can move. Same with the Russian Imperial forces. But yeah, we'll see whether Packthod can break through and support the French. That's kind of what he has to do. The Russian Imperial force here has to basically block Packthod off from the main army, and the main army can't attack the Russian Imperials. They just kind of, these guys have a private battle, basically. It should be very interesting. This map, by the way, if you're unaware of this map, is the name. Those of you that ask about what maps these are, this is the name, but we're kind of playing the opposite way. The French aren't being aggressive. It's the coalition being aggressive. So we're playing on a different part of the map for a change. Yes, you have some Jaegers now chipping away, trying to do their bit. Yes, if you're enjoying all things sort of NTW3 and want to see some more historical battles on the channel, and do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're on here, hit that notification bell, and yeah, do go check out some of the other battles on my channel. We've got over 130 like historical battles at this point. We have an insane amount, we really do. But yes, it just seems as though the battle has calmed down after a little bit of excitement at the beginning there with the Cav. Got some Grenzer infantry Schutzen here and some Jaeger Schutzen just chipping away, shooting officers and flag bearers of the French infantry here. Just, you know, taking out the command structure. Units this time for the French a lot smaller than they used to be. Same with the coalition, though, to be fair. Like, most of the units are sort of like, I mean, these are 105. The Austrians have like sort of large units, but their units used to be like 150, 160, 200. The Russian ones are all like sub 100 as well. So yeah, small units, but some of them very, very elite. Some of them not so elite. That's for sure. A bit of a, even though they might be a variety in quality, they all seem to have the similar size. That's for sure. But yes, most of the units here, yeah, I mean, Bianchi's called mostly like, yeah, around 100 or below 100. He's getting right into position after his early excitement. He's now occupied the forest with, it looks like, some squarables, which is not a bad idea. So yeah, he looks like he's going to try and use cavalry and infantry here. You've got Schwarzenberg with some Chevaliers out there as well. And they're just, I guess, clearing the forest, making sure that the French aren't still in there with any cav after that early excitement with the Young Guard chasseurs coming out. Yeah, obviously at this point, sort of like we're looking at, I think, well, we are looking at the end of the war. Fère-Champenoise, yeah, 25th of March. By that point, clearly Napoleon believed that he had Blucher tied down, or at least beaten back enough that he wasn't a threat to Paris. He did fight the next day, the 26th of March, at Saint-Dizier or Nizer, I think. He fights a battle there, he does. It is a victory, I think, for him, but it doesn't really matter because this battle has already been fought, and that pretty much seals his fate, this battle. And basically, yeah, leads on to the Battle of Paris, which I guess is technically the battle that loses Napoleon's throne. But not really. This battle pretty much seals his fate. Basically, means that the road to Paris is open, and like fresh forces can come and support him. But there you go. The Russians are on the move already. Looks like they are. Yeah, they're moving out. I think they had a little bit of a head start over the French, who have a little bit like of a longer wait because the French troops are a lot faster. Got Jägerschützen here, blasting away. Well, at least they're supposed to be, but they are silent. Yes, if you want to send in any of your own replays as well, want to ever get involved in any of these sort of like scenario battles that we do on the channel, these historical battles, then do feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. It's the best place to go to get involved in any sort of like NTW3 battles and scenarios that we run on the channel. We often do quite a few streams. This was a battle from a stream as well. So yeah, so if you ever wanted to even just be notified about streams and stuff, them going on, that's the best place to go, is to join my Discord. Looks like 4 units of French cav there we just saw and then have disappeared, are retreating from the forest here. Obviously the square and sort of cavalry support strategy work. The French like now, we've got to keep these dragoons together. They have a lot of cav. I think one of the Victor Corps might have brought at least half an army of cavalry. They have, yeah, really have brought a lot. I'm seeing if the Imperial dragoons are knocking about anywhere. I can't see them. And you can definitely tell when you see them, they are like a very bright green, and have like sort of like a lot of leopard skins on like their helmets and stuff like that. Yeah, they're very, very bright. The French look like they're digging in as well. We've got some, looks like this guard artillery up here. Some sort of, certainly looks like, or maybe it's just horse artillery. Might just be, I think it's just horse. It doesn't look like, it looks like guards, but I don't think it is. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, they've got horse artillery here, set up, blasting away. Here come the Prussians. They're coming with a little Landwehr Ulan. They're going for guns. And they have managed to get them. Squares have been formed by the French in a few places, but the guns are going to go, but so is the cav, as dragoons, and musket fire comes in as well. The muskets here need to be careful not to kill their own dragoons. I mean, they would have done some damage there, but yeah, don't want to rout their own dragoons inadvertently. Another gun here, those setups. I mean, the French have plenty of artillery on this hill, it seems, ready to go. We have a carabiniers, provisional carabiniers, so they have brought some of their own heavy cav. And I think I have also, if I remember correctly, there are cuirassiers in this battle as well. This is actually, yeah, here we go. Here's the cuirassier. So yeah, they've got some heavy cav of their own. Have the French, so they're going to need it. I mean, the Russians have brought heavy cav, so have the Austrians as well. But yeah, the Russians bring in the Cavalier Guard. So yeah, you've got the elite of the elite heavy cav, and it's 97 of them in that unit. It's a huge, huge unit, that's for sure. Looks like, yeah, the Ulan Lancers here taking a lot of fire. Need to be careful. They're just getting blasted at the moment by French artillery. But I guess they're looking for an opportunity. Prussia is ignoring this French army though at the moment, and is actually going to join the Austrians over here. The objective really wasn't really to hold the road. They don't have to defend this road, do the French. They actually have to hold Pulmlitz here. So this building the French have to hold, and also then this sort of like abandoned abandoned town here, Grosshofen, which is supposed to be like, yeah, if you defend this town, they defend the road pretty much, because the road lies on this town pretty much. So if they can hold those, then they're okay, are the French. But if the Austrians or the Russians take them, then that's GG for them. A square here is fighting for its life. I mean, it's got, yeah, hussars all around it here. Hussars and chevaliers are just trying to pester it, harass it. I guess trying to slow it down so infantry can catch up with it. But yeah, these guys are going to have to be, you know, on a head or a swivel to make sure that they don't get caught by cav, that's for sure. It looks like actually the dragoons here managed to take out a Schutzen unit. It looks like they're going to get another one here. So the French taking a few kills with them. I mean, it's a risk though, you know, French cav going up against Austrian Schutzen. If you were to lose the cav, if you got a good volley off and the cav routed, I mean, that's a decent under volley there. It calls them to orange, nearly red line. Look at that. And I mean, that would have been the price of one cav for 2 little Schutzen. I don't know if it would have been worth it at that point, but there you go. The French cav has got out of there alive. Look at that. The square is just surrounded. It just put up a wall of fire just to protect itself from the cavalry. But we'll see what they can do. Looks like Austria is just sort of clearing out this area, and then they're going to make their assault across this river and then up this hill towards where the French are. It's going to be a tough fight, that's for sure. The French have got a lot of they've got high ground, they've got a lot of geographical sort of positions in their favor with the river, and then also, yeah, the hill. It's going to be very, very tough for the Austrians to assault. If anything, you want to try and go around it, where maybe attack over here with the sort of it slopes a little bit better. or maybe even go further around as well over here towards this bridge to try and, you know, get around the French position. That's probably what I'd do. Like, don't assault straight on. Try and go around. Looks like France, for a moment, looked like he was going to maybe send out his Chasseur Cheval here to maybe try and give that a go, but it seems like he's changed his mind. The Russian player is pretty much in position. They're not allowed to really engage until this French player is activated. So we'll see what happens. But they're ready to go. They've got their hussars here. They've got lifeguard hussars. Got decent enough army. Lots of grenadiers, though. It's just really infantry based. I couldn't bring any sort of skirmishers. I was only allowed to bring Russian guardsmen. So yeah, it's kind of made me be short-handed in other areas. And here we go. Are they going to get that French infantry? I don't think they will. I think this French infantry is more than aware of what's going on. Yeah, I think they formed square. I mean, that was a bit delayed. The cavalry had already made connection, and these guys hadn't formed square. There you go. Square's formed. I think this unit's going to get out of here. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Maybe not. There's a wall of Prussian cav there waiting. I'd like to believe that this guy's going to get out of here alive, but I'm not so sure. Lucas spamming out the Landwehr here, and reserve infantry. So it seems like this is his play, bringing a lot of these guys. What has he got back here? Well, we have got the grenadiers, more reserve infantry. We've got like the odd, yeah, West Prussian grenadiers. We got some, and grenadiers. Yeah, they got like 3 or 4 units of grenadiers by the looks of it. Seems like they brought lots, just lots of reserve infantry. Obviously the cav as well is an additional cost. They brought a decent amount of artillery as well. Have the Prussians here. They've got, yeah, 6-pounders, and they are setting up over here now. The Prussian cavalry is starting to return. It's no longer over here either. And it looks like as well the Russians are now on the move. I think they are getting shelled by the French. So the battle over on this side here has begun, and the Russian Guard is going into battle. See all those golden eagles there. I mean, yeah, these units are pretty small. 84 guardsmen. I mean, the Russian Guard units, like in the earlier periods, are huge, like 200-man units. These ones are tiny. There's big units coming forward here. I mean, the Lifeguard Hussars are going to have their work cut out if they try and face all these. I mean, look at the amount of cav here that MacDonald's got to have to play with here in this battle. Or should I? I'll call him Packthord, but it is MacDonald's corps. Yes, Packthord here has a lot of cav to work with, more than he did historically. I don't think he had a single cavalry unit because he was just a garrison force, so he didn't have cavalry available to them at that point. Just National Guardsmen. So really, he's got much stronger than he was historically. Yeah, I think the Victor Corps over here are representing Maman, and they're actually catching some stuff here. What have they caught? Oh, I don't know. This is a bit of a mistake. I think Landwehr Ulan's overcommitting. They managed to get route. Looks like some Chasseur Cheval, but themselves now getting routed by dragoons. There you go. They're getting routed. That square is finally been dealt with by the looks of it as well. I was a bit upsetting that that's gone, but there you go. The Prussians. Well, they're going to lose that cab, but are the Chevalier going to go in? Maybe get a side charge here. Looks like that is going to be the case. Looks like, well, the French certainly aren't finished. They want to get this little Chevalier. Yeah, they're redlining. Here come more Prussians, though, with the Hussars coming in. And looks like France is going to probably rout in a couple of places. Looks like Austria has routed already. France stabilizes. Well, I don't know. It's going backwards and forwards a little bit. I think Prussia loses this fight. 2v1 with the fresh dragoons arriving. You can see they're desperately trying to dash over the cuirassiers to try and get involved in this fight. But yeah, no joy there. France was just shooting to the back of its own men, though. Well, at least it looked like the back of its own men. It might not have been. But at least it looked like it was. You need to be careful about friendly fire in this game. Here we go though. Schwarzenberg is setting up, and it looks like he is going to go across this river here. He's going to ignore that that hill over here. Not that Prussia is. Prussia is set up, ready to go. I don't know whether they can just run across the stream and go up. I imagine they can. Whether this little Landwehr unit should maybe give it a go. try and stop them. Looks like Mortier is here to stop the Prussians in his track. You've got the aren't these like the flanker chasseurs or something like that? But they're like the light infantry, like variant. They're like not the skirmishers, but the light infantry. Then it looks like we've got more like generic infantry here. We've got the Gare. So yes, they've got a decent amount of stuff. It looks like we do have old guard artillery here. So that is very, very scary. Yeah, so Mortier bringing some big hitters for the artillery. Back over on this side, looks like you can see the Russians and the French are shaping up to face each other down. I mean, looking at the amount of numbers of cav, I'd say that the French are looking a lot better off than the Russians right now. But I mean, there is a cavalry guard. The elite quality of the cav might just come in handy. And you can see, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of French lines as well. I mean, they have definitely numbers. Where they have quality, I mean, you can see the National Guard here, the men that Paxod was relying on. And they're facing off against guardsmen of the Russian Imperial Guard. These guys have come all the way from Moscow, and now they're defending their Tsar in France. Do more than defending him now, they're actually being aggressive. Very, very aggressive. Yeah, it looks like we've got just like Cheval. Obviously, I think most of them will be provisional. We've got the Dragoons. What is this over here? It looks like, yeah, another Dragoon unit. But yeah, it's a lot of what we typically have already seen. Nothing like too exciting. I was thinking, well, we're going to see any heavies, but no, we're not. I don't think MacDonald actually has access to any. But yeah, they are they're shaping up to face each other down. French artillery over here is still blasting away at Schwarzenberg. Schwarzenberg's still having issues, even though he's crossing in a more favourable position. Here comes French cav, slamming into the Austrians. That one also going in as well. These Hungarians and German infantry here getting routed. And yeah, they're redlining. I mean, they're trying to get up the second line, I guess, to try and blast the Dragoons where they can. They'll probably get this other one as well, but they might lose the cav. There you go. Well, they might be okay. You never know. Oh, no, I think that volley there might have just got around the French. No, wow. I'm surprised. There you go. That's a good one there for the French. 3 or 4 Austrian infantry units and no cav units lost at all. And actually, they're routing a lot more of Schwarzenberg's troops over here because they're just looking directly at guns. This is going to be a problem here for the Austrians to have. They need to get like a little Chevalier like this unit here, 28-man unit, get into the front. Try and rush these guns. There's cuirassiers here as well. They need to try and use those with the support of infantry to try and maybe break on through. But here we go, another charge here from the Dragoons. It really caused some problems to the French right now. Routing Schwarzenberg's infantry here. Might get another one. Here comes the cuirassiers. By the looks of it, they're going to maybe go in. I mean, will they? I mean, it's only a little cav unit. Yeah, here they go. There you go, cuirassiers going in. They probably should beat both of these tiny little Dragoon units, but it's whether they're just being used to hold the cuirassiers in place so other French units can shoot them while they're sort of like stuck in one place, which is probably the play they're going for here. They're probably going to try and use artillery and infantry to try and do that. Here comes a little Chevalier unit. It's a 28-man unit. It's going to try and rush for these guns, but pathfinding has meant that it's kind of given away its plan, and the Dragoons here are going to stop them. Literally at the end of the guns, they were like very, very close to getting those artillery pieces. And there you go. The French Dragoons have won. Actually, they've been defeated. They defeated the cuirassiers here of Schwarzenberg. Now the line setting up behind our grenadiers. Got a fair amount of grenadiers. Actually, some of them can form square, so they should be able to stop the French cav. If not, they're just going to put big volleys into their face by the look of it. Jeez, that was not too bad. And there you go. One of the Dragoons is routed. And so is the other one, and here we go, more cav going in. Chevalier is dealing with the Dragoons. What is going on the other side over here? Not too much just yet. Both Russians look like they are, well actually Russia looks like he's about to do a charge. Bayonet charge going in for the lifeguard here. They're going to go in. I mean, it should be an easy victory, you'd imagine. They're already orange lines. So I mean, kind of got a little volley off at the end there. Might have been technically a FIM. They're going in. Here go the Russians on other fronts as well. cav coming in to try and stop them. They are going to rear charge their own cav by doing their own infantry by doing so, though. There you go, Russians going in. And there you go. Cavalry over there being routed. So actually France can get in behind the Russians now if they wanted to. Then encircle these guys. Here come the dragoons trying to stall these Russians. And there you go, the French are routing in a few places here now. Maybe, well, pretty much across the entire line, to be honest. Taking some pretty bad hits, so some of these Russian guardsmen. And there you go, look at that. They have routed the entire infantry line here. All of MacDonald, a lot of cav routing as well, which is pretty impressive, since it's really just infantry that's been challenging that dragoon unit there. And here comes Pavlov's Grenadiers. The boys with the big hats, they're coming forward. Now they got a challenge. Back over on the Austrian side, how is it going? The battling still in this town. In one of the objectives is they're holding Grosshofen. They are fighting for it. So there's Austrian. Is it Austrian cav or is it French cav? I think it's French cav actually. Yeah, French hussars battling in there with some of the French infantry as well. Cavalry seems to be in a bit of a shortage here for the coalition, but not for the French. At least not yet. Seem to be able to still produce tiny little cav units that can cause a lot of problems. And the Prussians are going in as well, a bit of an offensive here. They've managed to force back a dragoon unit here, and they're now going in with their grenadiers. Going in against Marines. And you can see most of the line of infantry here just trying to tie down the French, while the Grenadiers try and do as much damage as possible. The Carabiniers, though, here might have upset the party for the Prussians. Yeah, it looks like they are going to try and rout the Prussian Landwehr here. I don't know if they can. Looks like they formed some squares to some of these Grenadiers. I guess that maybe there's a play just to form a load of squares, make a wall of squares to stop these heavy cav from carrying on. The Prussians, I don't think, are winning this line fight either, no. Not at all. I mean, this one's formed square. This one needs to get out of square. You can see that France has still got numbers that he's actually kind of able to wrap around the Prussians a little bit here, if he wants to. Russia looks like they are forcing back MacDonald back to a sort of start point here, almost, by his guns. Yeah, Packthord is not getting out of there today, that's for sure. France, yeah, has been super aggressive over here. He's actually managed to rally back. And they did bring the old guard chasseurs, Cheval, which I guess is okay-ish. Technically an old guard unit, but they did bring them. I didn't realize that in the game. They're the responsible party that broke through the bar. I think there were some chasseurs Cheval at this battle, but it was mainly, I think, young guard and middle guard that was represented. Certainly there was no grognards in this battle. There you go. I can't remember exactly the order of battle, but certainly was no like old guard grenadiers. Might have been a few old guard chasseurs. Certainly one here, still holding strong. This, I guess, give Mortier a bit more of a bite. Marines here just blasting into the side of this grenadier here. I mean, one Marine holds down a massive grenadiers, the other one shooting into the side. Grenadiers are starting a red line. Whether this Landwehr here should just charge them, even if they can't win, just to tie them down. This will give the Grenadiers a bit of a better chance of winning. More Prussian Grenadiers getting in amongst the French here. I mean, the Marines are nearly redlining as well, nearly breaking. So it's close. I mean, the French now making an aggressive move on the Prussian right. They're breaking through over here. They're going to need Blucher to help with some rallies, I think.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Yeah, Prussian line is starting to disintegrate. I think the French will probably make an all-out assault across that line now and probably break it. The Grenadiers aren't breaking through. They're being stalled. And there you go. I think the all-out assault's coming now. France goes in along the line, attacking land there and reserve infantry. And yeah, we're seeing one after the other rout. Here we go, a mass rout taking place for the Prussians here. And I think the Prussians are almost out, to be honest. I mean, they're going to get spent here in this fight, I think. Over on this side here, Austria is starting to make a bit of a counter-offensive, starting to force back the French. And let's see how the Russians are doing. They're still battling on over here. They're in another fight. Here goes the cavalry guard. In they go. They're chasing down Russian dragoons. And the Russian infantry goes in again. I mean, these infantry's already broken once. It's going to break a second time. Guardsmen there propelled the dragoons as well. And they're going in now amongst more French infantry. So we are back where we pretty much left off. Unfortunately, the replay did crash, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we're pretty much back in the same spot. We have the Russian guard, as you can see here, running forward, racing down, and these forces of packed swords trying to kill them off. Cavalry guard here, dueling with the French dragoons, and then we have some light hussars going in over there, dealing with the howitz. It was actually such a pain in this game for me. It was a right faff to try and avoid and just constantly getting shelled by it. Here are the Russian forces here, the lifeguards. Look like they are getting ready to maybe go for assault onto the square here. And there's sorry, they get that general maybe, and then that is pretty much the entirety of this French force over here. So we are going to move on from here. The Russians have done their bit. They've destroyed Pachthod's reinforcements. It's now up to the Austrians and what is left of the Prussians to try and break through, and they look like they are slowly. The Grenadiers are on their way.
The unit is growing weary, sir.
5-pound artillery piece here being set up on a nice little hill as well. That surveys over the French positions. The French are falling back into this forest by the looks of it. Looks like a lot of their guardsmen might be there. Just generic French infantry. We've got general in here. I think the cuirassier is still yet to be used as well. So there is, I mean, that card up their sleeve. I mean, the Austrians are quite stretched out. They've got a lot of infantry here, but they are quite stretched out in a few other areas. And yeah, I mean, the French are bringing over, it looks like they've got like ragtag infantry units just dotted all over the place. Looks like they're able to bring together some sort of a force. That would be quite handy. But yeah, looks like both Prussia and France sort of like ran each other into the ground here. No one really making much in the way of gains. Austria right now is just running down some of these French forces. I guess trying to make sure that they stay gone. There's still find a few over here as well, including a general. And the general's routed and might cause the French here to rout as well, but the Austrians are very close to it as well. There you go, one Austrian unit breaks. The French still show they have some sort of skill in a melee fight with their bayonets. The French are still on this side of the river as well. I mean, we've got, I think these, like some, like the velites of, like they're an Italian unit technically, but they're breaking. There you go, the flanking chasseurs as well. And France, it looks like he was retreating into the forest, then pushed out again, and obviously that's forced Prussia to withdraw. Thing is that by pushing out here, it's going to allow the Allied guns to be able to rake fire onto them, and they're doing just that right now. Doing, yeah, put some decent damage, some decent holes into these units as well. General's fallen. There you go. That's the general dead. I think that's the one that we saw rout already. He just got killed off. I think he got shot down. And yeah, now we're just waiting on. I guess the coalition might wait for each other. I mean, the Russians are on the way. They could sandwich what remains of the French, or maybe the Austrians are just going to go for it all on their own. We will see. But yeah, the Grenadiers there. I mean, getting just close to these French units and routing them. But yeah, it's not looking good for France right now. They've had a pretty good game up until this point. The assault on this side here, though, just the amount of numbers, and I think also a player might have desync for the French, has caused them to be at a disadvantage. I certainly think the player crashing gave the French a bit of a disadvantage. Otherwise, they would do quite a good job and were winning it. in quite a few areas. Still got some horse artillery here that could be a threat as well, and, you know, just be an annoyance. There isn't much in the way of cav now that can really chase down artillery like horse artillery for the allies anyway. They have one little Chevalier there. I mean, the guard, the Russian guard, is still alive as well and kicking. Prussia's pretty much out, and actually here's another French cav unit here. This is a dragoon unit, and it's actually ravaged the Prussian artillery train, and it's not going to be able to get the back lines. Prussia here is going to have to maybe sacrifice some land there. We have Bianchi here. He is about to maybe get assassinated. And there you go, in they go with their dragoons. They're going to go and get him. And maybe the battle is not just yet over for the French. If they can kill a couple of generals, the morale for certainly for the coalition will be depleted. I mean, Schwarzenberg's here. He's next on the list. There goes one general. I mean, yeah, this unit can't form square as well, so that's definitely an option. The guns over here for Bianchi as well get taken out. They're going to be next on the list of these dragoons. Having a very easy time. There's no cap to really stop them. The squares are pretty small. There is a cuirassier here, though. That's going to be too slow, I'd have thought, to catch these dragoons. But it is going to stop Schwarzenberg being caught, which is at least a small win there. While this is all going on, Austria is still pushing forward with some infantry units here. And the guard have re-rallied as well, so that's again a small benefit for the French. And they should win in any sort of line or melee fight against that tiny little unit there. Yeah, I mean, Austria's just pushing on forward while also trying to defend its rear. It's going to be a bit of a problem. There you go. It looks like a line infantry got routed there. France is turning forces around, ready to face off against the Russians. The Chevalier, though, has got through, and it might get this horse artillery here. And it looks like there is a little dragoon unit as well trying to chase on. But yeah, the artillery should be caught, really. There you go, there's one. Should get the other one then, really. There you go, they routed that, and the cavalry might rout as well. Actually, it's not even a dragoon, it's a little cheval, but it's routed anyway, getting shot by its own friendly troops as well. But now most French forces are hidden away in that forest that we can't see, but they are on their way, and here come the guard as well. The Russian guard still looking fairly healthy with some units. I mean, this one's 82 out of 84. The Pavlos Grenadiers are still fairly healthy as well. One's got 84 out of 84. We've got some healthy units still alive. We got Barclay de Tolly here. He's moving forward. He was present at the battle, but he wasn't like in command of the guard. It was Prince Constantine who's in charge of the Russian guard. Here we go. I mean, looks like the Austrians moving up in very small forces. The French definitely could try and take out some of these smaller elements of the coalition army. Looks like Prussia has some troops re-rally, as we last checked over here as well. These guys are firing. I don't even think they can see the enemy. Yeah, they're firing into a hill. Need to get up the hill. Also, the forest will be giving the French cover. So we've got one heavy cav alive here. They're going to need the French to still have that cuirassier. I don't think it has been spent yet here. It appears out of the gloom. Heavy cav. I mean, there's a cavalier guard as well for the Russians that can be used, but it's a long way away and is also very tired from its early fight. And here go the cuirassiers. They're going to send in one little infantry unit to try and stop the charge. The other units keep firing. It's a provisional cuirassier technically, so it is like a reservist unit. It's not as good as a typical like cuirassier, but it's still scary. It's still very scary. Routing one, will they get more? I don't know. The French need to send in infantry here, try and tie down some of this Austrian infantry that's firing into it. There you go, routed, dealt with so quickly. That was not a great use of the cuirassier, really. There you go. Looks like Austria going to go into a fight there with the French line infantry. We also have got some National Guardsmen here, so some more of those reservists, those guardsmen that are relied on so much, but they're not quite guardsmen really. They're militia. Here come a lot of grenadiers. We've got Hungarians and German ones all coming down the centre here. Being backed up by the cuirassiers. Schwarzenberg leaving his heavy hitters till the end to send in. In go the cuirassiers. They don't really know what they're going for. In they go. They're actually like engaged in multiple French units and they're pretty crazy. In go the grenadiers as well. Big angry Germans trying to break the French lines. Yeah, trying to break on through. Russia here as well. Now starting to be aggressive, going up this hill. Here's some life guards. Breaking looks like an artillery piece here. Now if they can just run down the lines, hit these National Guardsmen. There you go, bayonets twirling. They actually rout a lifeguard there. Wow, I'm kind of surprised by that. I mean, there was a frontal charge while it was getting side charged, and the Russian guard did break. Got a lifeguard hussar still in the back lines here. I guess just trying to send my infantry to try and run down this cuirassier, make sure it stays gone. Yeah, here we go. My lifeguard hussars here running into the back. I mean, there's nothing actually to hit. Most of the stuff here is broken. I think the cuirassiers and the grenadiers doing their bit. There goes another general. Oh, he's in the forest here getting cut down by either musket or melee fire. Musket or melee fire? Okay, I'm just going to move on from that. Apparently you can fire bayonet these days. But yeah, I think we're just waiting for the last couple of units here to rout. But yeah, this is going to be a victory for the coalition here today. Fère-Champenoise is going to be a victory. A glorious battle here that is going to see Paris probably fall very, very shortly as the coalition forces will continue to march on. We'll just fast forward a little bit as we wait for these last few units to rout. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it was a fun one. I enjoyed it. It's nice to come back to do some more 1814 battles. It's nice to show off. I mean, corps we don't see. We don't often see Barclay de Tolly's corps actually being used for 1814. I don't think for the scenarios we do, and certainly don't see the Russian Guard spam happening very often. So yeah, certainly made for a change. The French, yeah, I think they honestly could have probably won this if it wasn't for their desync. I think the desync maybe kind of screwed them a little bit. Kind of happened out on that right flank. Mortier's corps kind of just went crazy. I think it was Mortier's. And yeah, unfortunately, that kind of meant that the elite units were just kind of left hamstringed for the French, being used by AI instead of by a player. But here we go. I think we're going to see a last hurrah charge here of the French cav. They're charging in amongst some German infantry there. And yeah, nice thin lines from the Germans on an angle there. Managed to shoot from three different angles onto the French dragoons there. That was a very good way to counter the French cav charge. And that's dealt with. That cav unit is still alive and healthy till the very end. And unfortunately, they couldn't get it back to the friendly line to make it, effective there. Cavalry Guard still looking very healthy as well. 80 out of 97. They've got to deal with one last French infantry unit over here. But apart from that, yeah, this battle was pretty fun. It was fun to play. I honestly thought with the Russian infantry, my army was like 1,000 men in size. I was like, I'm just going to get swamped by these larger French armies. But the elite guards did pull through in the end, which is the main thing. But yeah, it was certainly a fun one. I really enjoyed it. If you want to see more sort of 1814 battles, I've done quite a lot of the 1814 battles. They literally happen day by day. There's so many battles in such a small amount of time in 1814 in the Defense of France campaign. If you haven't checked those out, you definitely should do so. The Cavalry Guard here, tired. Oh, getting a pretty nasty volley. Jeez. And they redlined. They should re-rally. They have inspires. That was brutal though, right at the end. I mean, that was an 80-man unit out of 50. They lost 30 riders in that volley. Jeez, that was brutal. That was most of the infantry hitting there. That should be the last, I think. Oh no, there's more French units re-rallied. Seriously. Come on, guys. Just stay gone. But yes, we've done most of the 1814 battles. There are a few major ones actually we haven't done, like Crayon and Leon and Montereau. I think that's how you say it. But Unfortunately, the maps are kind of broken. I'm gonna have to see whether we can retry them at some point. But I've spoken to the devs about them, and they said, and I've said how we have quite a few issues with them. But they don't seem to. They don't seem to have the same one. So whether it's just something to do with the players, the desyncing, or just going through buildings, I'm not really sure. But there you go with that bayonet charge there. That has the final sort of route for the French, and we should now have the end result appearing on your screen. So yeah, that is the Battle of Fère-Champenoise. It was a fun one. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I was playing as the Russian guard. I think I got the most kills from my side. I certainly got a decent amount of kills. I think most of the coalition players did. I think everyone played a decent game. And there you go. You can have a quick look at some of the kills. I mean, the cavalry guard getting 329 kills. I don't know how much farming they did. I mean, they're a slow cav moving unit, so as they were like maybe retracing their steps coming back the other way, they might have run down a few extra French infantry, but I'm not sure. The Lifeguard Hussars getting 171 kills. That I can believe. They did really well. Lifeguard Infantry getting 125 kills. Again, can believe that. 102 with another one there. 99. But yeah, 96. Decent kills there for them. I mean, even Barclay de Tolly getting 26 kills. Very nice. He was definitely doing some farming, that's for sure. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 historical battle. If you did enjoy it and want to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.